My friends, the world will tell you to be realistic. They'll tell you to stay in your lane, aim a little lower, and not expect too much from life. But let me ask you something. When has realistic ever built an empire? When has realistic ever made history? The people who change the world, who build legacies, who create movements, who redefine what's possible, are the ones who dared to dream beyond reason. They were delusional enough to believe in a future no one else could see. The world will tell you to be realistic. They'll tell you to stay in your lane, aim a little lower, and not expect too much from life. But let me ask you something. When has realistic ever built an empire? When has realistic ever made history? The people who change the world, who build legacies, who create movements, who redefine what's possible, are the ones who dared to dream beyond reason. They were delusional enough to believe in a future no one else could see. And that's exactly what you need to be. Think about it. Every breakthrough, every revolution, every major success story began with someone who refused to accept the limits of what others believed was possible. The Wright brothers were delusional to think that humans could fly. Thomas Edison was delusional to believe he could bring electric light into every home. Oprah Winfrey was delusional to believe that she could rise from adversity and become one of the most influential women in history. Every person you admire, every innovator, every leader, every trailblazer was once seen as unrealistic, irrational, even crazy. But they didn't let that stop them. They leaned into it. They embraced it. They doubled down on their belief, even when no one else could see what they saw. And that's what you need to do. You need to dream so big that it scares you. You need to set goals so audacious that people laugh at them. You need to believe in yourself so deeply that no rejection, no failure, no moment of doubt can shake you. Because here's the truth. No one is coming to hand you permission. No one is going to validate your dreams for you. If you're waiting for the world to tell you it's okay to go after something extraordinary, you'll be waiting forever. You have to decide that your dream is worth pursuing even when no one else understands it, especially when no one else understands it. People will try to talk you out of it. They'll say, be realistic. They'll say, don't get your hopes up. They'll remind you of all the reasons it won't work, all the statistics, all the failures. But let me tell you something. Those same people are the ones who settled. They're the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who let fear dictate their choices. And if you listen to them, you will become them. But if you choose to ignore the noise, if you choose to stand firm in your belief, if you choose to keep pushing even when the odds are against you, then you will rise. You will prove them wrong. You will step into a life most people only dream about. Being delusional doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means redefining it. It means refusing to accept limitations that others place on you. It means looking at a blank canvas and seeing a masterpiece before the first stroke of paint is laid down. It means walking into a room of doubters and holding your head high because you already know how this story ends. You win. You succeed. You create the life you've been imagining, but only if you're bold enough to claim it. So stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for permission. Stop worrying about who believes in you and start believing in yourself. Take the risk. Make the move. Show up as the version of you who already has everything you want. Because that version of you exists. The only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is your willingness to step into it. And yes, it will feel delusional at times. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. Yes, you will face doubt, fear, and setbacks. But those who succeed aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who refuse to let it stop them. You don't need logic to back up your dream. You don't need proof that it will work. You just need to decide. Decide that your vision is possible. Decide that you are the person who will make it happen. Decide that no matter how long it takes, No matter how many obstacles arise, no matter how many times you have to start over, you will not quit. Be the person who believes so deeply in their future that nothing can shake them. Be the one who keeps showing up, keeps taking action, keeps pushing forward, even when no one else understands why. And one day, when you've built the business, achieved the goal, changed your life, and turned your dreams into reality, those same people who doubted you will ask, "How did you do it?" And you'll smile. Because you'll know the truth. You did it because you refused to listen to the doubters. You did it because you chose to believe. You did it because you were delusional enough to see what no one else could see. And that's why you won. Acting as if success is inevitable isn't about arrogance. It's about certainty. It's about carrying yourself with the energy of someone who already knows the outcome. Think about the people who inspire you. Whether they're athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders, they walk into a room with presence. They don't second-guess themselves. They don't hesitate. They move like they've already won because in their mind they have. Before the world even catches up, they have already seen the victory, already felt it, already claimed it. That's the energy you need to adopt. Most people hesitate. They wait for proof before they believe. They wait for the right opportunity before they take action. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who move as if it's already theirs. You have to walk, talk, and act like the person who has already achieved everything you want. If you want to be wealthy, start making decisions like someone who understands money. If you want to be fit, show up to the gym as if you're already an athlete. If you want to be a leader, speak and act like one today, not someday. Your mindset shapes your actions, and your actions shape your reality. Think about this. If you knew without a doubt that your success was guaranteed, how would you show up? Would you hesitate before sending that email, making that call, or stepping onto that stage? Or would you step forward with confidence, knowing that every action you take is just another step toward an outcome that is already decided? Most people let fear dictate their behavior. They wonder, what if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if it doesn't work? But when you operate as if success is inevitable, those questions disappear. Instead, you think, what if I win? What if this works? What if this is the decision that changes everything? Successful people aren't waiting for permission to believe in themselves. They aren't looking for signs. They create the signs. They act, and the universe responds. The moment you start showing up with absolute certainty, people will notice. Doors will open. Opportunities will appear, not because magic is happening, but because your energy is different. People gravitate toward confidence. They trust those who trust themselves. When you carry yourself with belief, the world mirrors that belief back to you. This is not about pretending. It's about embodying the mindset of the person you are becoming. The person who has already won does not waste time doubting. They do not question their worth. They do not let a bad day or a temporary setback shake them. They stand firm. They adjust. They learn. They keep moving forward because they already know how the story ends. That is the difference between those who make it and those who don't. The ones who make it have already decided. You have to train your mind to see yourself as successful before anyone else does. Most people wait for external validation. They need someone to tell them they're good enough, smart enough, or talented enough before they believe it. But the truth is, no one is going to give you that. You have to give it to yourself first. You have to decide right now that you are already that person. Not next year, not when you have more experience, right now. Does this mean you won't face setbacks? Of course not. But when you see your success as inevitable, setbacks don't shake you. They don't make you question whether you'll make it. They're just part of the process. Think of it like this. If you were on a plane heading to your dream destination and you hit turbulence, Would you assume the plane is going to crash? No. You know, turbulence is normal. It's part of the journey. You may have to fasten your seatbelt, but you don't panic because you already know you're going to land. That's the mindset of inevitability. So from this moment forward, start acting as if success is inevitable. Carry yourself like the person who has already won. Make decisions with the confidence of someone who knows how the story ends. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself that the outcome is already decided. You just have to walk the path to get there. And when you show up with that energy every single day, it's only a matter of time before the world catches up to what you already know. You are always going to win. Self-doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It sneaks in when you least expect it, whispering that you're not good enough, not ready, not capable. It makes you second-guess your ideas, hesitate before taking action, and sometimes even quit before you've given yourself a real chance. And here's the truth. Doubt has destroyed more potential than failure ever could. Failure is just a lesson, a stepping stone, a temporary setback. But doubt keeps you from ever stepping onto the path in the first place. If you let it take root, it will rob you of opportunities, growth, and the success that is waiting for you on the other side of courage. Every successful person you admire has faced doubt. Every single one. The difference is they didn't let it stop them. They felt the fear, heard the doubts, but moved forward anyway. They understood that doubt is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you're stretching beyond your comfort zone, stepping into something greater. And that's exactly what you should be doing. Because if your dreams don't make you question whether you're capable, they're not big enough. If you don't feel a little nervous, a little overwhelmed, a little unsure, then you're playing too small. Most people think confidence comes first. They think they need to feel 100% ready before they take action, but that's not how it works. Confidence is not a prerequisite for success. It's a result of taking action despite the doubt. You don't wake up one day suddenly fearless. You build confidence by proving to yourself over and over again that you can handle whatever comes your way. Every time you push through fear, every time you take action in the face of doubt, you strengthen that belief. You create evidence that you are capable. And the more evidence you have, the less power doubt has over you. But the people who let doubt win, they wait. They wait for the perfect moment, for the fear to go away, for some kind of guarantee that everything will work out. And while they wait, opportunities pass them by. Time keeps moving. And eventually they wake up years later wondering what could have been. Don't let that be you. Don't let doubt steal your future. Recognize it for what it is. Just a voice in your head, not a fact. Not the truth. The only truth that matters is the one you decide to believe. If you find yourself drowning in doubt, ask yourself this: what if the opposite were true? What if you are ready? What if you are capable? What if everything you want is actually possible? What if success is not reserved for the lucky, the talented, or the chosen, but for the ones who simply refuse to quit? You have to challenge the voice in your head that tells you you're not enough. Because the reality is you are more than enough. You always have been. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to act despite the doubt. So what do you do when doubt creeps in? You move forward anyway. You don't wait for it to disappear. You don't negotiate with it. You don't let it slow you down. You take action. You make the call. You apply for the job. You start the business. You post the content. You put yourself out there over and over again until the doubt loses its grip. Until one day you look back and realize you become the person you once doubted you could be. Every time you choose belief over doubt, you rewrite your story. You prove to yourself that fear doesn't control you. You prove that your dreams are bigger than your insecurities. And one day when people ask you how you did it, how you overcame fear, how you built the life you now have, you'll smile because you'll know the truth. You did it because you refused to let doubt win. You did it because you chose belief. You did it because you took action when others hesitated. And that is what separates those who succeed from those who never even try. The people you surround yourself with will either elevate you or drain you. They will either push you toward your vision or pull you away from it. Energy is contagious, and if you're spending your time around people who constantly doubt, complain, and settle for less, that energy will start to shape you. It will seep into your mindset, into your decisions, into the way you see yourself and your potential. But when you surround yourself with people who dream big, who take action, who challenge themselves to grow, their energy fuels you. Their belief strengthens your belief. Their ambition makes you realize you can do more, be more, achieve more. Think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they inspiring you or keeping you stuck? Are they encouraging your dreams or making you feel foolish for having them? Are they pushing you to grow, or are they comfortable staying exactly where they are? The truth is, if you want to level up in life, you have to be intentional about who you let influence you. It doesn't mean cutting everyone off, but it does mean being selective about who you listen to, who you take advice from, and who you allow to shape your mindset. If you tell your dreams to small-minded people, don't be surprised when they don't support them. They can't see what you see. They don't have the vision you have. Not because they're bad people, but because they've accepted limitations that you refuse to accept. And if you're not careful, they will project their fears onto you. They will tell you to be realistic, to play it safe, to lower your expectations. But here's what you need to understand. Just because they can't see the possibility doesn't mean it isn't real. Their limits are not your limits. Their fears are not your fears. Their doubts do not have to become your reality. You need to seek out people who make your goals feel possible. Find the ones who challenge you, who expect more from you, who hold you accountable. Get around people who talk about ideas instead of gossip. People who focus on solutions instead of problems. People who light up when they talk about the future instead of complaining about the past. The right environment will change everything. It will make you think bigger, move faster, and take action with more confidence. It will remind you of who you're capable of becoming. And if you don't have those people in your life yet, go find them. Read the books, listen to the podcasts, join the communities, attend the events. Surround yourself with voices that push you forward, even if they aren't in your immediate circle yet. Because here's the thing, your surroundings will shape your identity. And when you spend enough time around people who believe in themselves, you start believing in yourself too. When you hear enough stories of success, you start to see that success is possible for you too. You have to be willing to outgrow environments that no longer serve you. That doesn't mean you don't love the people you grew up with. It doesn't mean you think you're better than them. It just means you're committed to growth. And sometimes growth means letting go of what's comfortable so you can step into what's possible. It means choosing to be around people who bring out your best, not the ones who keep you small. So ask yourself, who am I surrounding myself with? Do they inspire me? Do they challenge me? Do they push me to be better? And if the answer is no, it's time to make a change. Because the version of you that reaches your highest potential, that version is found in the right rooms, with the right people and the right energy. And when you put yourself in that environment, your success becomes taking action before you feel ready is the key to success. Most people wait. They wait until they have more confidence, more knowledge, more experience. They convince themselves that once they feel prepared, then they'll go all in. But here's the truth. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed aren't the ones who have it all figured out before they start. They're the ones who start before they have it all figured out. They're the ones who take the leap, who step into the unknown, who trust themselves enough to figure it out along the way. Fear tells you that you need more time, more preparation, more certainty. But fear is a liar. Fear will always try to keep you in the same place, playing it safe, avoiding risk. And if you listen to it, you will stay stuck. You will stay in the same routines, with the same doubts, living a life that feels smaller than the one you know you're capable of. But the moment you decide to move forward, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, despite not having all the answers, that's when everything changes. That's when doors open. That's when momentum begins. Think about it. Every great success story started with a moment of uncertainty. No one knew exactly what they were doing at the beginning. The most successful entrepreneurs didn't have a perfect business plan. The greatest athletes weren't born knowing how to win. The best artists didn't wait until their work was flawless before they shared it with the world. They started messy. They started before they were ready. And because they took action, they learned, they improved, and they became the people who could achieve extraordinary things. Your mind will try to convince you that you need more time, that you need to gather more information, that you need to feel more confident. But confidence doesn't come from waiting. Confidence comes from doing. It comes from stepping into the arena, taking action, and proving to yourself that you are capable. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you build belief in yourself. And the more you act, the more natural it becomes. What once felt impossible starts to feel normal. What once seemed terrifying becomes second nature. But none of that happens if you don't take the first step. If you're hesitating on something right now, starting that project, making that move, speaking up, showing up, ask yourself, what am I really waiting for? Because the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. There will never be a time when all the fear disappears, when all the doubts vanish, when everything feels completely certain. And if you wait for that moment, you will never take action. You will never move forward, and you will look back years from now wondering what could have been if you had just started. The people who change their lives, the people who achieve the impossible, the people who make history, they are not the ones who had the perfect plan. They are the ones who decided that being ready was a choice. They are the ones who stepped forward even when they felt unprepared. They took the risk. They embraced the uncertainty. And because they moved before they were ready, they became the people they needed to be in order to succeed. You do not need more time. You do not need more preparation. You do not need anyone's permission. You just need to start. Because the only way to be ready is to begin.